Hello and welcome. To solve this logarithmic equation, let us start by finding the range of values of x within which the solutions must fall. Now, when you look at this first equation, of course, you know that for log x minus 2 to be defined, then x must be greater than 2. Because, of course, you know that the logarithm of 0 and negative numbers is undefined. So, from this term, we have that x must be greater than 2. Now, coming to this term, since x minus 4 squared is always going to be positive, we have that the only point at which this logarithm is going to be undefined is when x is equal to 4. Because of course, you know that when x is equal to 4, then we are going to have 0, and we don't want that. So x must not be equal to 4 for this log term to be defined. So we have that x must not be equal to 4. So in general, the values of x that satisfy this logarithmic equation must be greater than 2, but not equal to 4. Now, to solve this equation, we are going to start by applying the power rule of logarithms to this first term. We are going to bring this multiplier up to become the exponent of x minus 2. When we do that, then this is going to be log x minus 2 squared plus log x minus 4 squared is equal to 0. Now, remember that log a plus log b is equal to log a times b. So we can write this left-hand side in this form as log x minus 2 squared multiplied by x minus 4 squared. And of course, this is still equal to 0. Now, when you look at this equation, remember that when we have something like log to base a of b is equal to c, that this simply means that a to the power c is equal to b. And of course, you know that when we write log without specifying the base, it means we are working in base 10, common logarithms. So this simply means that 10 to the power 0 is equal to this. So we have that x minus 2 squared multiplied by x minus 4 squared is equal to 10 to the power 0. And of course, 10 to the power 0 is equal to 1. Now, since these two items are raised to the same power, we can write them as x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 4, both raised to power 2 is equal to 1. And of course, the next thing we are going to do is to take square root of both sides of this equation. When we do that, we have that x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 4. Of course, the square root is going to take care of this square. Is equal to plus or minus the square root of 1, which of course is equal to plus or minus 1. So you can see that now we have two cases. We have the case where x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 4 is equal to 1. And the second case where x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 4 is equal to minus 1. Now let us look at this case. Of course, to solve this equation, we are going to start by multiplying these two brackets. X times x is x squared. X times minus 4 is minus 4x. Minus 2 times x is minus 2x. Minus 2 times minus 4 is plus 8. And of course, this is equal to 1. X squared minus 4x minus 2x is equal to minus 6x. Now, let us bring this 1 over to the left-hand side. When we do that, it becomes minus 1. 8 minus 1 is equal to plus 7, and we are left with 0 on the right-hand side. But we cannot solve this quadratic equation by factorization, so let us solve by completing the square method. Now, since the coefficient of x squared is already 1, the next step is to move this constant term over to the right-hand side of the equation. When we do that, we have x squared minus 6x is equal to minus 7. Now, the next thing we are going to do is that we will add the square of half the coefficient of x to both the left-hand side and the right-hand side. When we do that, we are going to complete the square on the left-hand side. Now, what is the coefficient of x? It is minus 6. What is half of minus 6? Minus 3. And what is the square of that? Minus 3 squared. So we are going to add that to both sides of the equation. When we do that, we have x squared minus 6x plus minus 3 squared is equal to minus 7 plus minus 3 squared. Now, notice that this is a perfect square. So we are going to take one x and we are going to take one minus 3 and we square both. Of course, you know that when we expand this, we are going to get exactly this. X squared. 2 times x times minus 3, that is minus 6x. And then minus 3 squared. Then on the right-hand side, we have minus 7 plus minus 3 squared is 9. Minus 7 plus 9 is equal to 2. Now, of course, the next thing we are going to do is to take square root of both sides of this equation. When we do that, we have that x minus 3 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 2. And of course, from here, we have that x is equal to 3 plus or minus the square root of 2. So we have found two values of x, 3 plus root 2 and 3 minus root 2. Now, coming over to this case, of course, you know that when we multiplied these two brackets, what we got was x squared minus 6x plus 8. Now, this is equal to minus 1. Let us move this minus 1 over to the left-hand side of the equation. When we do that, we have x squared minus 6x. Minus 1 coming over becomes plus 1. 1 plus 8 is equal to 9. And of course, we have 0 left on the right-hand side. Now, we can solve this quadratic equation by factorization. Since the coefficient of x squared is 1, all we have to do is to find the factors of 9 that add up to minus 6. What are the factors of 9? They are minus 3 and minus 3. Of course, minus 3 times minus 3 is going to give us plus 9. And minus 3 added to minus 3 is going to give us minus 6. So we can factorize the left-hand side of this equation as x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 3. And of course, this is equal to 0. Now, since these two are exactly the same, we have x minus 3 squared is equal to 0. And of course, when we take square root of both sides of this equation, we have that x minus 3 is equal to 0. And from here, we have that x is equal to 3. So now we have three values of x. We have that x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3 plus root 2. And x is equal to 3 minus root 2. And now the final question is, which of these values of x fall within this range? Now, of course, we know that 3 is greater than 2, but not equal to 4. So this is acceptable. We know that 3 plus root 2 is greater than 2, but not equal to 4. So this is also acceptable. Now, 3 minus the square root of 2 is less than 2. So this is not acceptable. So the only two values of x that satisfy this logarithmic equation are x equal to 3 and x equal to 3 plus root 2. Now, to check our answer, let us substitute these two values of x into the original equation to make sure that the equation is satisfied. We start with the first value. We have 2 times log 3 plus root 2 minus 2 plus log 3 plus root 2 minus 4 squared. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So here we have 2 times log root 2 plus 1 plus. Now let us apply the power rule of logarithms to this term. That is, we are going to bring down this exponent to the front to become a multiplier. When we do that, we have 2 times log 3 minus 4 is minus 1. So here we have root 2 minus 1. Now, when you look at this and you look at this, you will see that they are conjugates. And since they are conjugates, we have that root 2 minus 1 is equal to 1 over root 2 plus 1. Now, to prove this is as simple as rationalizing this surd. So let us do that. We have 1 over root 2 plus 1. To rationalize, of course, we multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of this surd. Now, the conjugate is root 2 minus 1 divided by root 2 minus 1. Now, this times this is, of course, equal to root 2 minus 1 divided by. Now, when you look at these two, of course, you can see the difference of two squares. So we have root 2 squared, which is equal to 2, minus 1 squared, which is equal to 1. So this is equal to root 2 minus 1 over 1, which is exactly what we have here. So that means that this is equal to 2 times log root 2 plus 1 plus 2 times log 1 over root 2 plus 1. And of course, you know that 1 over root 2 plus 1 is the same as root 2 plus 1 to the power minus 1. So this is equal to 2 times log root 2 plus 1 plus 2 times log root 2 plus 1 to the power minus 1. And once more, we apply the power rule. We bring down this exponent to the front to join this one. When we do that, this becomes 2 times log root 2 plus 1. Minus 1 times plus 2 is minus 2. Minus 2 times log root 2 plus 1. Now this is log root 2 plus 1 and this is log root 2 plus 1. Of course, this is 2 times this minus 2 times the same thing. That is equal to 0. So this is equal to 0, which is exactly what we have on the right hand side of the original equation. So this value of x satisfies the original equation. And when x is equal to 3, we have 2 times log 3 minus 2 is 1 plus log 3 minus 4 is minus 1. Minus 1 squared is 1. This is 2 times log 1 is equal to 0. And of course, 0 plus 0 is equal to 0 once more, which is what we have on the right hand side of the original equation. So x equal to 3 also satisfies the original equation. And with that, we come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you learned something new. If you enjoy such content, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us a like to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and you can see more videos here.